In this video, I want to show you how I turned $1,000 into over $2,000 in just one day flipping this Pontiac Grand Prix. So I'm making this video because about a decade ago, just a little shy of that, I got my first vehicle. It was an old blue Pontiac, and it made me think about my beginnings. It's so cool because I was working a minimum wage job at Dairy Queen, making like $7.25 an hour. Now I bought this Pontiac for $800 and sold it for 14. And today I get to share a recent purchase with all of you, this 2004 Pontiac that I picked up for just $1,000. I'm going to show you how you can turn that small amount of money into more than double in just a day's work with no dealer license, no tools, no infrastructure, no mechanical ability. Hopefully you're excited to see my process and the transformation of this car because it's pretty crazy. Are you flexible, or is that something you need to talk over with her? Or?
Yeah, no, I'm flexible. I mean, 2000 was just kind of you get on Marketplace and you see cars without transmissions going for 2000. So, okay. I mean, it's just kind of the throw out starting price if you think there's something a little more fair.
Do you think you'd do 1,000 for it?
I was thinking maybe closer to 1,500.
Okay. I might hold off unless you'd be willing to do something close to 1,000.
Tell you what, sure.
Okay.
And you've got 1,000, I've got the title.
I'm so stoked. Let me show you this. I was honestly not at all planning on making a video on this. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized not a lot of people are where I am yet. A lot of people only have $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 to their name entirely. And you have to get started somehow with the resources that you have. And I want to prove that you can make money flipping cars at literally any skill level. It's not just exotics and Lambos and all the hot stuff, hot, hypey, whatever, the aspirational stuff, but it can also just be whatever you find 5 minutes on the road from wherever you live. So now that the stress and the heat of the moment is off and we're just driving this thing down, I can share a little bit more about it. It runs and drives smooth. He drove it to Walmart where we were originally going to meet, so I know that it's mechanically sound enough to do that. We took it on a test drive and it's fine. You can see there's the ABS, traction, and brake light. I'm assuming some sort of wheel speed sensor or ABS sensor, and then a check engine light for something as well. A cracked piece here. Good working radio, good working heat at least. I don't know about aircon because it's pretty cold outside. But you can see up here it's fully loaded out, heated seats, sunroof, leather everywhere. There's a little bit of wear right here on the interior, but otherwise I think it's in pretty good shape, especially given the age, nearly 20 years old now. It's just some dude's basic commuter. I didn't even run a Carfax. Let's run that really quick and see what comes up. We could turn $1,000 into easily 3, if not 4K with this thing, which is super exciting. So I'll give you a quick tour around this thing. It's running. I don't know if you're able to hear that, able to pick that up on camera, but it's pretty smooth. You can see it's pretty dirty. This could use a quick wash. We have some rust up here on the struts, but otherwise dry engine bay, very clean. 155K was, I guess, the last air filter change, but overall good. A little pulley whine right there. But good underneath, no visible leaks or fluid sprays or anything like that underneath. Very disgusting headlights. Those are nasty. I don't know if it's on the outside or the inside. This can be touched up with a little bit of clear coat, but nothing major. The hood is in good shape, but filthy. I don't know if the camera's picking it up nearly enough, but that's dirty. The tires are in good shape. There's a lot of tread, but a lot of grime and corrosion, as you can see there on the wheels. So it needs a very strong detail. Dirt that's flung up. I mean, it's winter time, or we're just freshly out of winter time. You can see still a little bit of snow on the ground. So stuff isn't really kept too clean. We do have mismatched wheels. I didn't notice from the pictures, but they are. So I could either get some stocker tins or just leave it on like this. I guess finishing the tour of the body, we have a little scuff there, faded paint back here so I could respray the wing. This is really the only bit of body damage. It looks like something hit there, cracked the bumper. and that's a bummer, but oh well. Anyway, not super rotted, tiny bit of bubbling here and here, but otherwise super clean. It's the special edition, little scuff here, but that can be fixed with clear coat. We have the sunroof up top, and moving on to the interior, we have just filthy door jams, desperate need of a vacuum, tons of dirt everywhere around here. And then moving on to the driver's seat and driver's side, we have a little tear in the bolster there. On the armrest, tons of dirt and just gunk. Same with the door panel. That's pretty nasty. That's about it for the tour of the car. We do have a cracked window right here, and this missing piece, this bezel is missing as well. But otherwise, in good shape, working sunroof, working windows everywhere, and she's a little bit of a ripper. There we go. Anyway, you can see it. It drives out strong. It doesn't miss. It doesn't do anything like that. So we are going to put this on pause. This is the next day. We are in the Grand Prix, and we are going to start working on this thing. I'm driving out right now to begin the detail, and then we'll look into the mechanical fixes. I'm making this unnecessarily complex for myself just to prove to you that it can be done without all of the infrastructure built. You don't need a dealer's license to do this. You don't even need a vacuum, all of your own detailing equipment and polishes and a code scanner and a lift and all these different tools. I want to prove to you that you can do it really bootstrapping it using what's accessible to literally everybody. So instead of just using my vacuum at home and my pressure washer and all of those different things that I've built up over the years, I'm going to instead use public services, aka the car wash. So we're driving to one car wash right now with 3 vacuums to get the interior swept out. Now, I'm not a fan of this specific car wash. It's just one of those general drive-through. It's touchless, which is good. It doesn't really matter on something like this with imperfect paint. However, generally when I wash vehicles, I like to do it myself with the hose. That way I can target specific areas and whatnot. So we're going to car wash number 1 to vacuum for free, going to car wash number 2 with the pressure washer system so that I can spray it down personally, get the door jams, get the engine bay, stuff like that. And then we'll take it to the parts store to diagnose all of the different lights on the dash. I think, and again, I haven't scanned these codes yet or anything like that, but just based on what it's reading and what I know about these cars, it's probably some little stupid check engine light, nothing significant because it's not misfiring, it's not running poorly, it's not overheating, nothing crazy. So it's probably just a sensor that's gone bad that's triggering the check engine light, maybe an O2 or something. And then the brake, ABS, and stability is probably all related to either a brake sensor or wheel speed sensor, something like that. We do have a speedo, but sometimes the wheel speed sensors can trip out the systems. Anyway, that's what we're doing. I may be overlaying some B-roll of me doing all of this stuff while I'm talking, or may throw it in right now with a little music. We'll see what ends up playing out with the edits, but that's what's happening. So we just got it washed. It is way cleaner in here, as you can see, kind of, or as you saw in the B-roll, but way better by just removing the stuff, removing the dirt. We're not doing stuff, adding anything, putting any money into it by taking away the dirt at a free car wash or a free vacuum spot. So huge power move, infinite return on zero financial spend, of course. So that was step number 1. Now, instead of going to the car wash first, I'm actually going to hit Walmart for a couple items that I think can improve this, that we'll tackle before we go to the car wash, and then hit that up. So we are at the Walm, the auto center. Auto parts stores are fine, but here has the deals and some more general assortment of stuff. So let's snag some products and pretend like I don't have any to start with, in case you don't and you're just starting off. So we just snagged the goods from Walmart. It was $56, but huge caveat there. I got 2 headlight polishing kits because we might end up using one which we would need, which would add an additional 20, but I just needed a spare one. So we spent otherwise about 15 bucks on supplies. I'll show you what I got. Actually, it would be less than that because the tax on 40. Anyway, 15 bucks on supplies, an additional 20 if we use the true headlight polishing kit. But we are headed back to polish the headlights and sand the trunk and re-clear it to hopefully make it look a little better. It's all nasty. And then the sanding block and clear coat that I got specifically for back here. However, I was thinking, since I'm already buying this stuff, we could go ahead and try it on the headlights just to see if we can get all of that grime and grit out without busting a $20 headlight kit open. So I just got the floor mats put up here. That way we can pressure wash these, get them super clean. Got all of the doors open, stole some wheel acid. I guess that's the cheat code. But anyway, I'm gonna spray all of that down. I haven't wiped down any of the interior yet, so I don't mind getting a little bit of water spray everywhere, but it's like pretty cruddy, pretty nasty in here, and I can just take care of it with the pressure washer. Same with the engine bay, tons of leaves, tons of grime that we're really gonna have to work at. But stuff like this, it's gonna come right off. All of that, it'll come right off, and we can really clean up this engine bay. We got the headlights sanded, so we can wash them off, get all the dirt off, and then clear coat them. They should come out pretty nice. Same with the rear deck lid back here. I got it sanded. This isn't gonna look the greatest, but it will look better. So right here is goals. That's what I wish we had. It is so clean, but this is what we're working with. Washed it off, hit the time limit, so need to run the cart again, but it's looking way better. So we got the Grand Prix squad, the Grand Prix party, but look at this thing. Oh my gosh. The paint is gorgeous. Actually, that's crazy. It looks awesome. Now that it's cleaned up, you can see the door jambs are clean and the inside of the doors are clean. We do have a whole bunch of water and overspray, but we're wiping it off. Keep in mind with the wipes. So that's no issue. And you can see now that this is wet, this is what this will look like with clear coat. And this is vaguely what the headlights will look like with clear coat as well. when you add water like that, that's what it looks like. So this thing is clean, way cleaner than it was, and I'm incredibly happy. So we got the clean whippersnapper to O'Reilly. They do free, let's see, somewhere on here it should say free check engine light testing. See an associate for details. So we are gonna get this thing scanned and see what's wrong. So unfortunately we have a slight bummer here. Their system does not do ABS codes. My scanner back at the shop does. So you may have to go around to different auto parts stores to see what sort of unit and codes they can do and scan and whatnot. I didn't bother because I know more of the lights are on for the ABS and stability and brake than for the check engine light. So we'll scan all of it when we get back to the shop. You can buy a cheap code reader like that if you want to, or just shop it around to different auto parts stores. You'll get a solution somewhere, I can assure you of that. So we're back at the shop. We literally have a scanner that costs more than the car that it's scanning, but we can hop in here and do all the stuff. So it's saying there's no communication on the ABS module, which is a kind of big bummer. I don't know exactly why, but I also don't know that I'm going to try to troubleshoot it, given that it runs and drives fine. So anyway, we're done here. So this thing looks great now, but it can definitely look better. So I'm going to go ahead and throw on the gloves and start wiping down just all of the different surfaces. I would say the big thing that's probably noticeable is how much dirt is on, like just dust has collected on this thing. So we'll zoom out. I can't really shoot a great angle, unfortunately, given where this has to go, but I guess you can watch from down here. So with just a little bit of clear coat, we got these headlights looking minty. Same with the deck lid. I mean, you saw me spray it, and you can see here, like, it's not perfect, but it is a matching blue compared to having a whole bunch of peeling clear like we had before. So really the only cosmetic imperfection is back here. I'm gonna see if there are any other scuffed up areas, like right back here. We can hit that with some clear. Actually, I'll move it so that the sun is not in the way. Looks a little bit better. Where else? Where else needs it? I think we had a little scuff here. Yeah, we'll take the magical clear stuff and just boom, minty. All right, so here we are with the car, with the finished product. Now, I didn't do any mechanical repairs or fixes, and I didn't swap out the wheels. Those are both things that I could be doing, but decided against it. Here's some B-roll of how this thing looks. I wanna say it turned out incredibly. Like, the paint on it is shockingly good, other than, of course, back there on the spoiler. The interior turned out incredibly clean, especially given where we started. And I got some awesome photos to showcase this really pretty nice interior, with the exception of that. So all in all, super stoked with how this turned out. I'm sure it's gonna be highly profitable, and I can't wait to update you on what it goes for and if we end up having to swap these wheels around. So that's it for the transformation, and as you can see here, it turned out to be incredible. The come up was major, and all it really took was a few dollars in supplies that I just got from Walmart. I'll do a quick breakdown right here of all of the cost that I personally had, and then if you were to go through the registration process and all of those things as an individual with no dealer access, you would just have to pay sales tax and whatever registration would be if you intended to drive the car. Now, drum roll please, time for the big profit reveal. We ended up selling it really quick, literally the next day, for $2,300, just having been cleaned up. Now, it could have fetched a lot higher number, I think about $3,000, had we gotten a matching set of wheels and tires and tried to address all of those different lights that you saw on the dash earlier in the video. But I wanted this to be super quick, super easy, and prove to you that you don't need the mechanical know-how, that you don't need a tire changer or to drive all the way to the scrapyard and load up tires in a truck or fit them all in the back seat in the trunk and do all of the different things to turn a wrench and change a wheel speed sensor or an O2 sensor or whatever was triggering the check engine light. And then instead you could just turn around and sell it for a huge profit by doing these very, very simple things that were virtually free. Now, if you're interested in learning all of the step-by-step techniques way further in depth than this video covered, then be sure to check the link out down below. I have a few programs linked down below for aspiring automotive entrepreneurs, automotive enthusiasts who want to learn how to make money with their passion for vehicles. That's my goal with the channel, with these videos. And if you're interested in learning how to do that, I would highly recommend hitting the link down below. Hit the like video if you found it insightful, valuable, inspirational. Is this something you want to try for yourself? Hit the subscribe button if you want to stay up to date with future content. And with that in mind, I will see you on the next one. Peace.